Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M53 M55. It's the Tier 9 American SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Prokhorovka, and it's under the command of Firefray Bang Bang of the KIWI clan. And he's got the bouncy rammer and rotation device and an ordinary events. Game on! Well, I truly dislike that skin, I really do. I think, well, I can't believe what they were doing, but there is a great skin available, actually. If you want it, it's free of charge. And Sir Rusty tells us that Bunny Nuts actually did the work. And Bunny Nuts is Jazz's daughter. And, of course, Jazz did that fantastic skin of a very real M53, M55 that is available. Well, he's got the 8-inch howitzer. It's capable of doing 900 alpha and penetrating 52mm of armor with a 10.5 meter burst radius. And oh, look at that! They've spotted an enemy tank straight away. A Sharp Tier 4 went into the bush to do some spotting, and ooh, that was close. And as a result, he's actually been spotted, and he's being hit, but not by us on this occasion. Now, it's actually quite dangerous to be on this side of the map and in this kind of positions where he is at the moment, because I'm afraid the enemy, or some of the enemy, know how to fire at tanks that, or an Arty that they haven't actually seen. Yes, it is possible to fire a shell in from very long range and get hits without spotting the Arty first. Well, Firefray has actually moved position, so he's not staying in the same spot. That's one good thing. Now he's having a quick look to see if an enemy tank went up into the spotting position, right up the north end of the map. He's almost loaded. He's going for the IS-3 too, who's very low on hit points, and this could be a kill shot. Rounds out. It is. Nicely done. It was an easy one, but any kill you can get is worth it. Well, it looks like we've got a pair of bombers crashing. Luckily, none of our guys are in that spot. And we're going for the Malshan. Rounds out. Direct hit. 309. Sounds like there's a lot of bombardment going on. There's only one Arty on the enemy team. It's another M53, M55. And he's firing up onto the hill at the moment. We're going for the 60 TP. And that looks good. Rounds out. Direct hit right on his rear. 273 hit points. Now, the standard reload for this Arty is 40.27 seconds, and Firefray has actually got 32.55, so it's still taking fairly long, but he's managing to get the shots out. Only 20 rounds to play with in this Arty, though. A lot of activity. Okay, now, ow! Well, that did hit the enemy, but it also hit our teammate. We hit the BZ-72-1. Two up on the enemy at the moment, so we are doing well. Trying to get a shot on that E5, which is difficult because although you can't see it because he's using the God mode, you actually are firing over a ridgeline or onto the downslope of the hill, And so obviously you have to try and get the cursor over the target so that the target is interrupting the fall of shot. The D5 again. Looks like he's crossing back sideways across the track of the shell. Again, slightly to one side, but he did get the stun assist, and that stun assist has now got up the communications expert. He's not changing positions after each shot. I think that may be that he feels happy enough that he's not actually under fire from the enemy in any way, and that the enemy Arty is focusing on our tanks, which is as it should be, because obviously that will then generate the most return. He just got a direct hit on the E900, who happened to be there but wasn't spotted, and he's since got some stun assist. So it did pay off. That's probably what he was actually aiming for, the E900. Okay, the 140's made a bit of a grave decision there to push forward. It is a tier 10 game with tier 9 tanks in it. And yep, the 75 just wiped out the 140. Right on target. 238 hit points. He's racking the damage up. Still 2 up on the enemy. Our BZ-72 once decided to cross the center line now. We were looking in that corner just in case there was somebody in the sniper's nest. He's now looking at the back of the map, seeing if he can actually get a counter battery shot. Can't see any traces at the moment. In fact, it's gone rather quiet. We're not seeing any action. I'm wondering if the enemy team has pulled back, trying to encourage our guys to pull forward. And we've got the 60 TP in sight again, so we'll might as well go for him. Good shot. Yes, that guy was trying to bluff us by going backwards and forwards a bit, but he couldn't sell the dummy because he actually did go back and allowed a direct hit. There he is again, and we're loaded. Rounds out. Looks good. Another direct hit. 255 this time. Rounds out again. Oh, this time he did Foxes. That was a little short. Now, I'm wondering if that was RNG or that he didn't pull far enough back with the aim. No, I think it was RNG, that one. Well, he managed to get stunned on that one. I suppose you didn't notice, but we lost the the BZ-72-1, he pulled too far forward and did get taken out. And it might have been that Kampfpanzer EK1 that did it. Okay, we're loaded again. He's looking around. Is that 60 TP still there? We've still got 2 tanks up on the hill that haven't moved forward. But what we do have now is sight of the E5, which means we might be able to get a shot in there. Remember, they've still got an E900. Well, actually, have they still got it? No, they haven't. He's gone down. So now it's just that E5 they need to get rid of up there. Okay, come on, guys. And they've lost sight of him again. Rounds out. Yes, that was a good one. Directly on the turret. Clean shot, that one. And in fact, he just drove back into it to allow it to hit him. Now we've got that 60 TP. You can see where the impact points have been. He's actually been very good at getting the hull. We're still 2 up on the enemy, but really do need to get rid of that E5 right up on top of the hill. We've got 2 tanks up there. They can get rid of him. One of them is the med dead. Come on, guys, pop forward, find out where he is. That's half the problem with Arty. Sometimes your teammates just aren't spotting, and there's nothing you can do, because if the enemy's moving about, for safety's sake, it's going to be very difficult to hit them. And the other worry, of course, with long lulls in the battle like this, it might actually tempt the enemy Arty to start looking for you. That's not something we want the enemy to do. Okay. Need to get something done now. Okay, he just fired at one of our teammates. He killed the Medved. But that's a big hit for 369. And now, yes, our E75 moved forward for the kill shot. In fact, it wasn't him who got the kill. It was the Kampfpanzer EK1. Rounds out. Well, 230 hit points, all counts. He's currently up at 3,106 hit points of damage, 2,800 of assist. This is a big game. Whilst most tanks are just sitting there doing nothing, as you can see, a large number of our tanks, especially the Heavy 4005s, still have all of their hit points. And they haven't been moving forward. Whereas Fire 3 has actually been doing a lot of work. And in fact, now the 60 TP is going to go down because he's got guys behind him and in front of him, and they will take him out. They're maneuvering to get the kill shot in. So we've only got 6 enemies still to kill, with 1 minute left, or it's actually 30 seconds left on the clock. I don't think we're going to win this one. Even so, I think we might actually come out on top. Rounds out in the FB4005. Direct hit! Perfect shot. Right through the armor on the turret, and that's a kill shot, penetration. But we've only seconds to go now, and that's it. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for Firefray Bang Bang on the M53, M55. He managed to get a bruise medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in that game. He managed to get 9, and he also got a Gauze medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of its own vehicle. But unfortunately, it was a draw because I'm afraid his teammates weren't very good with spotting the enemy during the mid-battle, and there was huge periods where nothing was going on. Anyway, we look at the team score, we can see the highest damage in the game was actually done by one of those Heshbans, but we thought were doing nothing. One of them got 5,215 hit points of damage, and he picked up a fire for effect. Second highest damage in the game turned out to be the G165 Eric, and he got 3,956, and the third highest damage turned out to be the 60 TP on the enemy team with 3,789, and we can see that Firefray actually did get just beneath that guy with 3,730. When it came to kills, there were 3 players who managed to get 2 kills apiece in that battle, and one of them happened to be Firefray. The other one was the E900 and the FP4005. Everyone else in the battle either got 1 kill or nothing at all. And when it came to base XP, we can see top scorer was Firefray with 807. So at least he got the top on one of the columns. The other one was the G165 Eric, who got 603. And then we've got the E75, who got 515. He fired all 20 rounds in that game, so had nothing left to give. He did as much as he could. Got 10 direct hits on the enemy and 1 penetrating shot, which happened to be on the enemy FB4005. Got 21 splashes as well, so he got more splashes than he did shells. And 33,730 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 2 of them, and did 3,375 hit points of stun assist off 19 stuns. On a premium count, he actually made a profit of 70,567 credits in the battle, and that included getting a mission payout of 40,000 and 250 gold as well, including the achievements award for 3,726, because of course he got a medal in a drawn game. He also picked up 1,920 experience points out of that game as well, so it was a good game, except for the fact the teammates actually let him down on spotting. Could have been a lot better actually if they had been fully spotting throughout the entire game. And of course, they could have pushed forward. But yeah, towards the end of the game, it looked like they left it all too late. But thanks to Firefray for sending this in, because it shows you that Arty sometimes can do their utmost to try and win the game, but they just get handicapped by their own teammates. Hope you enjoyed that one. If you did, please give it a like, and thank you for watching.